I did the media review on sugar versus fat. So some of you might not be aware what the debate is that I'm talking about. Is added sugar the culprit for weight gain and potential health problems? Or does the amount of fat in a product cause weight gain and potential health problems? It began in 1962. The Sugar Research Foundation became concerned with evidence linking sugar to coronary heart disease. Therefore, in 1964, the Sugar Research Foundation's vice president proposed funding for the coronary heart disease research. The vice president, John Hickson, wanted to fund the research because he knew that this could embark on a major program to counter negative attitudes towards sugar. The Sugar Research Foundation in 1965 asked Frederick Stare to join the Scientific Advisory Board. Frederick Stare was the chair of the Harvard University School of Public Health Nutrition Department, and he was asked to be an ad hoc member. Stare was an expert in dietary causes for coronary heart disease and had been consulted by the National Academy of Science, National Heart Institute, and American Heart Association, as well as by food companies and trade groups. I feel like this is important to note because Frederick Stare appears to be a great advocate for heart health and overall well-being. The Sugar Research Foundation's Executive Committee approved Project 226, a literature review on carbohydrates and cholesterol metabolism to be overseen by Stare. In 1967, a two-part literature review, Dietary Fats, Carbohydrates, and Atherosclerosis Disease, was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Throughout the research process, the Project 226, there was communication between the vice president of the Sugar Research Foundation and the research team. More specifically, the vice president was highly emphasizing the nutritional details he wanted, quote, drowned out, unquote, in the literature review. The industry would subsequently spend $600,000 to teach that sugar is what keeps every human being alive and with energy to face our daily problems. The claims from the Sugar Research Foundation, the literature review, Dietary Fats, Carbohydrates, and Atherosclerosis, was relevant in the two following questions. Does the high sucrose content of the American diet cause coronary heart disease? And what is the comparative effectiveness of interventions modifying the sucrose or saturated fat content of the diet for the prevention of CHD? So what the Sugar Research Foundation wanted was to show, was there a correlation between high sucrose content and the cause of CHD, and then compared to the saturated fat content of the diet and the sucrose diet. The review concluded to prevent coronary heart disease, one should reduce dietary cholesterol and substitute polyunsaturated fat for saturated fat. The review also discounted previous studies stating that sugar was linked to coronary heart disease on grounds that they contained questionable data or incorrect interpretation. The review focused on possible bias in previous individual studies and types of evidence. Later, in 1976, Senator George McGovern drew attention to the link between diet and disease. What Americans heard was fat is bad, carbs are good. The food industry saw this as an opportunity and started marketing towards that viewpoint. They started putting the words fat-free on every possible thing. Fat-free frozen yogurt, fat-free muffins. They were taking the fat out of the products and adding sugar. During this time, heart disease was on the rise along with diabetes and obesity. So the research part, opinion, because the vice president and Frederick Stare provided information to the review team strongly suggesting the outcome they specifically wanted. Next was entrepreneurship. The Sugar Research Foundation felt threatened and saw an opportunity, which was why they initiated the funding of the coronary heart disease review. And then the translation, once the literature review was out, it was objectively interpreted because of the information provided by the Vice President and Frederick Stare from the beginning. My analysis will start with sugar. The literature review done in the 60s was highly objective. Again, there was evidence of Stare and Hickson communicating their wants to the research team, and the team communicating back, stating they understood what they were looking for. The main focus was to place the blame on fat. However, that claim is not wrong when you look at fat and coronary heart disease. Sugar has no health benefits. When consumed in excess, the liver breaks it down and stores it as fat. Too much sugar can contribute to high blood pressure, liver disease, suppress the immune system, and cause excess weight gain. Fat, coronary heart disease, is caused by a buildup of plaque in the walls of the arteries. Plaque, also known as fatty deposits, are made up of cholesterol, fatty substances, cellular waste products, calcium, and fibrin. Cholesterol is a waxy substance found in the fats of your body. While your body does need cholesterol to continue building healthy cells, having high cholesterol can increase your risk of heart disease. It's not about how much fat, it's about what kind of fat. Choosing the healthier fats is beneficial to one's health. Bad fats are trans fats and saturated fats, so substituting those for unsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats is a healthier choice. Too much of the unhealthy fats can cause inflammation in the body and is a risk factor for heart disease. The good fats are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. They have anti-inflammatory properties, support healthy joints, improve cognition, nourish the skin, support healthy cholesterol, and maintain flexible veins and arteries. Sugar, however, has no health benefits. Therefore, my analysis is that sugar, having no health benefits and causing weight gain and health problems, and then you have fat, and if we're talking about the healthy fat, then there's health benefits. However, if one consumes the unhealthy type of fat in excess, that too can cause weight gain and health problems. In conclusion, it's all about moderation. They both, in excess, can cause harm to the body. However, fat does have the healthy option. And these are my references. Thanks.